try that. Ooh, bit of feedback. Thank you. Got it. The sound patches had reassigned themselves in the wrong places. So basically, what you got is a feedbacky one and a non-feedbacky one. It happens. Things go wrong. Technology. Sound. So, a change to an advertising program. I was originally going to be starting the 5th age today. I'm going to reserve that for end. We'll be starting the 5th age next weekend. Of course, I am at a party on Tuesday. I'm at a night out on Wednesday, and I'm at a party Thursday. So I was thinking of get the parties out of the way. Plus, you probably won't know because I've publicised it outside of Facebook, but something happened on Friday. It was slightly sad. In fact, I'd say it goes as far as to say very sad. And if you're probably aware, I've been in bands for a long time. I play bass. I used to have a bass hung up there until I ran out of them. First band I was in was a band called Joe Lazarus. Well, Telefunken, and then it became Joe Lazarus. This band I was in from 1997 to 1999. Unfortunately, the other day I found out I found out on Friday. On Thursday, the drummer Wayne lost his back cancer. He'd had it for a while, so I thought I would just show you a few pictures from the back in the day. This. Please don't judge the fashion hairstyles or anything like that. I was young. It was the 90s. It was a thing. Pleats and velvet and stuff were in. So please do not judge any outfits on particular occasions. I'm going to go to the straight upon the main piece. So there's me there. Turn the Valheim music off. There's me there, looking very young and very. I would have been 20. Point. There's Dan, the guitarist. There's Chris, the singer, and that there with his eyes shut his way. He was the drummer, and that's Chris sticking two fingers up, which if you know UK slang that is offensive. There's Wayne. That's the 15th of the 3rd of 1998. That's Wayne. There we are in one of the band photos. I look a bit stoned on that one. There's Wayne, look. There was a better version of that photo, actually. Public. There we are on stage. Absolute capacity crowd, as you'll see. We didn't do too bad, actually. This were very early on as well, and rope light was a thing back then. That was the official one, actually signed by us all. Unfortunately, two of the signatures have much rubbed off, but there we go. Wayne trying to be a guitarist. The one with the capacity crowd. Me there on a Warwick though. Had Warwick's a long time, and that is. So we are having a gathering. Wayne and Chris there. That was in a pub in Sheffield that we played. A pub band, obviously. That was guitarist. So yes, pub band that we were in. Yes, sadly, Wayne lost his battle with. So this, my friends, Wayne's World. Of a pre. in honour of Wayne, who died too young, 53 years old. Theme park is going to be called Wayne's. And I'm going to, one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to build a sign. He would have appreciated the pun. Does the mic cut out? I need to move it closer, that's all. It's just clipping. Put the sound back on view. It's just, yeah, it's just the, it's when I turn away, like that, like that, like that. Move it further away from me. So this is going to be Wayne's World. What I was thinking is putting some sort of monument on this island that's perhaps a 3 or 4 sided monument. I'll call this Wayne's Island. Well, first of all, I need to clear these grade walls. That is quite loud, I don't know if it is for you. Loud. Let me clear these things off. The big bear. I don't know about the sexuality of the bear as to whether it's a gay one or not, but it's a bear. So right in the middle of everything, where you're going to get a really good view. It's also really nice because it's an island that's split between 2 biomes. You look, it's Black Forest on one half of it and meadows on the other. Oh, for that. Right, let's Skull and Crossbones this island then. Get rid of most of the stuff on it. You can see where the Black Forest biome is, and the other thing I will do is I will change the environment to clear and the time of day to 0.5, thus making it so the sun never sets. So what I'm thinking is a vertical sign based probably on that portion. So, oh, I need to do cost. Anyway. Well, we're having a gathering for him next weekend, and there's about 20 people going, so yeah. He were a popular lad. He were lovely, Wayne. Not like me, I'm a dickhead. So yeah, what I'm thinking is, if I go for a mesh pattern, go for a vertical sign. I can now delete that, copy that. Building pet. Gonna have to be quite a tall sign. Start with it that high. Then, right, so this is where you put the, so this is how you can do the bit. Now, a W is going to be, yeah, to make that snap angles. That should be it. Start with the D and then just build the sign taller based on what I need. I also done copy pasted one of them. Don't matter. Quite easy piece. I'll start with the D from world. D. These are quite easy because it's basically you just flick them out like that. Next is an L, which is going to be quite easy. It's lined up okay. Now the only thing is that'll be too long. I have to do it myself. Yeah, a bit more persuasion than that. It actually is it too long? That one not wanting to sit on the surface. Oh, the other ones are sitting in surface, and that one's not. Face it that way. I don't know why that's doing that. Use logs to create a snapping point. I put a log in between. We need an R next. Yeah, it was quite a busy island, weren't it, that one? An R next. Need a manual. I'll tell you what I'll do. Drop it to the corner and I'll go up from that corner. Give it a better position. There we go. So that seems to be the way to do the letters, is to put the log on top. Do it a log spacing. I know it's quite easy. Yeah, that is right. The only thing is it makes the kern look a bit wrong. Might do is, instead of doing one there, just improve the kern a little bit and just put. Otherwise, the kerning's going to look wrong. Perhaps do it two off the vertical. That's got the kerning right. Where am I? Oh, back of there. Perdwinmin. And then I've already had an idea for a ride to build today, after I built the sign. So the W is going to be, yeah, W is going to be an odd one because it's wider than all the others. Hoping this will work. Apart from, I want to position inside. Wrong angle. Ah, that's why. That's why I don't want to position at the wrong angle. Angle and angle, Sheba. That one. That's 2. 3. That should be our angle. I'd rather end up with world because it's copied up twice. Let me eat that one correctly then. That is actually a better way of doing a W. Then I get 2 snap pieces. So if I'd make an O, base all the letters on an O. That one looks better for the bottom one. What am I using to light it up? Probably my standard spotlights. So that's looking quite nice. The only one that's got a bit of incorrect spacing now is the D at the bottom. It could do with being a little tiny bit further away. But worry ye not. Right, now the only problem I do have now, I have wiped out my snapping points. Create them again. Recreate them there. So we have an S next. I said I wanted to play Barrow. Well, nobody came on. I mentioned if you wanted to do it, I'd be up for it. Do I go for it like that, or do I go for it wide? I'd play Barotrom. I was thinking over Christmas, actually. Have it as like... Because I'll be streaming a lot more over Christmas, I'd imagine. So, we have got a W already, which I could copy. If I make it deliberately offset, got my S there. The apostrophe is going to be a difficult one, because Wayne's World would have an apostrophe in. Would it? No, it wouldn't, would it? Yeah, well, it should have an apostrophe in, really, yeah. So, that's... There should be a little apostrophe in there somewhere. Yeah. Unfortunately, my server was built up from a lot of Valheim interest, to be honest. Yeah, we need... Yeah, next. It is going to be... I found a way of doing an end that's quite cool, actually. Already done ends. Like that. So you should do that. But either put it like that as a short one, or you put a long one. That. Unfortunately, that's the nature of things. You probably also know, I don't know if you do, but if you'd use Mastodon, I have created a Mastodon server. I am thinking about, for very special people, offering an account on it. You fancy a Nomen Loony? Need a Y next. So Y will be based on that grid. I could do it as a 9 and take that out. Or I could. I'm very canny. create a central snap point like that. Like that. I'm gonna need that though. You'd appreciate a Loony account. I'm going to see what happens, and I'm going to have a look at restrictions and stuff like that, because obviously I need to put some restrictions on them. So we are getting a bit spread apart there with the letters. I might need to do some pipettes on those, because obviously the grid in the background isn't staying. That's only for drop back down to a 2 lock there. It is a proper A. Nap on the other side. Well, for those of you who just joined me, I am currently building a sign to call my park Wayne's World. The reason I'm calling it Wayne's World is because I recently lost a friend called Wayne. Thought I'd build this park and name it in honour of him. And be immortalised on this server. I'm trying to get that snap onto there. Oh, that works easy enough. Let's have another W. I can put the W the same again, so if I run that, those, so I can see which one I'm snapping at. Put beam across there. Letterboxed. No, I've not got letterboxed actually. It's one of the things I've missed out on. But to be honest, it took me long enough and hard enough to set up my own bloody Mastodon server. Right, so this is the one. I came up with a different idea of doing these. If I put a piece along the bottom there. Can't remember how I did that now. Oh, I know. I don't know how I did that. That. One of those. One of those. Those. And then the W at the bottom is done. In the short one. Middle. Bit more than that. Next angle a dangle on. That one. So that is Wayne's World written out. So I've got all the letters. So what I need to do now is position them correctly. The frame. At the moment. So the easiest way to do that. Move the frame, don't worry about gravity. No gravity. Gravity is a lie. I'm wondering if I could somehow put them onto a spike. Building pipette that'll pick up that S. What I'm hoping to do is somehow onto a spike. Building pipette. That's that. Building pipette. Next letter would be lined up to the right hand side as well. And pipette that. Infinity. Right, the next one's going to be an interesting one because I need a centre snap point. because I don't think it'll let me just snap it myself, although I could try it. That looks okay, but I'm not going to rely on that snap point. I'm going to make a second one. Rely on that instead. That one. Ones are both fine. Snapped. That one. Secondary point making. I will do. That would. Well, I basically rented server space and set it up. Loaded it up there, just got it working, got it started, and there we go. Wayne's. That's the first bit. But then world is a shorter letter. I'm thinking is. Don't think we can snap. Can't stack those vertically. Either what I can do, right? That stack them. I can pick those up. Building pipette. Flip them up. Ta-da! Have a snapping position. I think we can get all of them. Get the upper and the... Oh, let's get the D next. And snap the D to somewhere. Right, there's one there, I can use that. Building pipette, that. Not that. That'll in the place. Building pipette the D. Tap the D onto there. That is my... Why is it not... Have you just tried to redeem slap? Oh, yeah, I think Stream Elements might be having problems. Might be having problems with the overlay. I noticed just before I started streaming that it popped up a... Please log into Stream Elements again. It may be that. So you may have no redeems today. Oh, nope, you've got them. Clearly worked. So why is it not slapping? You just put slap. You just type slap and wonder why it's not slapping. Come on, mouse. Oh, yeah, it's not slap, it's redeem slap. Yeah, nah. Right, pick up that.
Happy, happy pancake day, pancake day, pancake day. Happy, happy pancake day by Jif Lemon.
You must buy Jif Lemon. Or Yif Lemon. Because apparently that is why we had to change the product to Sif. Our cleaning product used to be Jif. And it changed to Sif. Because we have Jif Lemon, as obviously. Building pipette the... Oh... And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a double interlocking W logo. That should be good for just putting a beam across the top. Make a logo that's based on a double interlocking W. Well, that's the one on the right. Yeah, people would end up just cleaning the cakes. Right there. So that's the letters. Their final position. So what I'm thinking is a nice textured background. Probably a wooden one. I go for that. Eight. So if I put 8 of those up, then put, copy that. Okay. Rotate it back again. Back again. Back one more time. That should be big enough for the sign as it is. Yeah, that's big enough for the sign as it is. So that should, maybe 9 actually. That's the backing. I'll pick up the backing. Okay. Forward. Pop in. One of those is slightly behind the other. Slightly behind other. See, that could add to the perspective. Oh. Only thing is with that is the W's. If I'm going to make the W's interlock slightly more, it might be an idea to make them bigger. Try something. This is like the interlocking thing. The problem is I don't get anything smaller than that. I copy that W twice and then put it, building pipette that, interlock it again. Only need to make a bigger version. I like the sign. Don't like those. The only thing I'm going to do is keep those W arms in. A bit too wide. So let me 4 pieces. Correct. 1. Right, so that's the sign sorted out. me now put lettering. Oh dear. Backboard. Building pipette that. So the idea of it is it's going to be 4 interlocking ones. Is increase the number of snaps. So right, that's for me. Need to create a visible snap point at the bottom. I'm going to restore the land back when I've done, so that is correct. Oh, you dick! I'm higher than others. Absolute dick. I'm not going to be able to delete that. You absolute bell. The manual delete. See what I'll do next time. I will copy that, paste it onto a fresh copy. And what's the shine today? Just leather. I'm just got no delusions of grandeur today. I did consider wearing latex, but I've got a few parties to go to, and to be honest, I've got plans to wear it for those. So I want to keep it clean and save my Vivishine. You always need pics, dude. Always get pictures. The problem I've got is when you suddenly realise that you're losing friends when you're in your 50s, you start to think to yourself, life's too short to not document it. Right. What I'm going to do, because that is definitely the wrong height, I'm going to move that down a little bit further. Lower one was correct when it just snaps onto it. That one is correct. There we go. What I'm going to do in the middle of that is I'm going to build a platform beside it. Put a campfire in it so it's got smoke. A beacon. I build my own platform. Side. Put a campfire in there. Shouldn't stick through. Visible from the outside. No. Put a campfire inside. If I can put a bonfire inside, I don't know. Will a bonfire fit? Right there. Where the fucking hell is a bonfire? Bonfire, there. Or will the bonfire fit? Or does it? Oh. Nope, the bonfire fits. So that's the idea of that. So now I can restore the land. Reset land mod there. Land back to how it was. Did you not know about that? Should have done. Well, that means world. But mine on this island. Go. Don't know if I've got. I think I had a lamp over here, but I think I deleted it. I deleted it. The lamp I want is the McGingjord lamp, which is called the Diverger helmet. I think it's that one. That one. Verger circlet. You do with the Verger circlet is you put it on a plate. The items stand out. Circlet on the. I've actually already got one. Look. Circlet on there like that. No, I didn't want to equip it. Would make sense. But I like the pointy helmet. Ick. So now we can repair that building.
2 secs.
See where the light is. What I could do actually is TOD 1. Make it night. If you can actually. That's the way I was going to illuminate it. Those. Onto there and there I can see what angle it's at. That one I get it around. I actually see the bonfire sticking through at the top, look, a little bit. What I'll do is I'll illuminate those two sides. Make it you do that. That. Right. That diverger circlet. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look. Where can I bridge to it from? If I bridge to this island, I might not actually have this island accessible. Trees on it and shrubs. Right, I am getting things spawning on here though. I will do is I'll take one of those out. But inside there, workbench. That will stop spawning. pipette those trees back. Let's building pipette that, and I will put him. Look. Have. I think the most you can go to is 10 on the. Good positioning. You can see the, look at that, you can see the lighting from here. And on there, look. Giant. Really nice and visible from all around the park. This bridge over here, this is not a great bridge, this one actually. That's the one that needs finishing. That's the woody though that I've finished. Let me put the time of day back to daytime. Well, that's the wooden roller coaster. Built in Valheim. And what I had an idea for next, is Boat Go Wee didn't really work anymore for some reason in that format. So what I'm going to do, finally spawned. What I'm going to do, because Boat Go Wee was a flop, I'm going to remove Boat Go Wee. I'm going to build into that there mountain up there. Already got my idea. Let's remove Boat Go Wee. Be able to do it from shadows. Remember, oh, I'll get rid of them Loxies as well. Boat Go Wee removed, and I'm going to remove that pillar as well, because I put that pillar in for Boat Go Wee, and they wouldn't really spawn there, those pillars. That is nearly everything gone. That one. Right, so that's Boat Go Wee gone. Boat Go Wee will be made again, so don't worry. We will be making a Boat Go Wee. What I'm going to do, got this really cool bit here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use the mountains, the weather. One of the things I'm hoping I can do is raise this mountain a little bit. If I put a big circle like that, as big as I can go, start raising it from a long way off. That. Want it to be a little bit higher. If I start raising it and come inwards as I do it, should create a nice rounded mountain, pointy mountain. A little bit higher than the original mountain. think that's as high as I can go. That's not looking too fake. Still looking quite good as the mountains go. Can't raise that anymore. I don't know why that is, and I will find out, but that's not getting me new ride built. Thing is as well, I've got a fooling village that's sort of borderline mountain to go through. I wonder if I can just push that into mountain. Just push it up a little bit so it gets snow on it. I'm very aware a fooling village is an object, it's a spawn object, so you've got to be careful what you do with them. But there we go. I don't think I can raise them. No, you can't raise them, look. Raise that a little bit, which gives us a really cool ridgeline. Really cool start position. Yeah. Oh. Let's use the fooling village. This, I'm going to copy a piece, make it, and take it all the way down. Then modify based on that. I should be able to do. Let me just make sure I'm starting on the right angle of dangle here. Able to do is want to see what they do is they end up in there. Bit too small, yeah. Oh. Do it to 1. That to 1. That 1. That 1. That 1. That 1. That 1. That 1. Reset. Flat bottom. Just to get land. Land here. You'll get where I'm going in a minute. It's just I've got to make sure I do it right. I'm going to reset this land after I've done this. Well, that's the original. That 1. 1. That 1. 1. What? Well, that's looking all right. I'm gonna restart that from scratch though. I'm a bit worried that I might have lost count. Oh. Snap.
Snap.
Back again. Bottom. Snap. Let's check if that's worked. Building pipette that. Good, and be able to rotate that. That's cool how it rotates. Look at that. That's really cool. I don't think that is quite one above the other though. That did not look correct, and it is, look, correct. I'm broke. Walk way down here now. I don't think there's one in that village, is there? No. Put hammer up there. Stargate. You'll see what I'm building. You'll love it. Or I think you'll love it. So there is a roller coaster in the world that is not very common. There aren't many of them. Make sure that that level. That's my starting piece. Should be level. There we go, that is level. To the 4-star Stargate footsie. I have none of them. Oh, 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 oh. I hear. Oh, struck ball. There's the thing, you can just see a hand. I have a stroop waffle in it as well. Oh. Yes, there you go. Everybody say hello. We're getting a hello. Hello thing. Thing says hello. Well, I knew you'd approve at Stroop Waffle Goat. So now I've done that, the idea of it is I need to go to maximum number of snaps. Is that one. Right, go. So the roller coaster I'm on about that is incredibly rare, called a bobsledge roller coaster. I'm going to do, I've started it in the mountain, is that one of those. I don't know how many snap points we're going to get here. It's actually picked random. But the nice thing is with it, I don't have to bank it, because what you do is you build up. Yeah, cool runnings. Build up the curves like that. Move that. 3. Yeah, because there's no bankings, and all you do is you then build up the curve. Theoretically, the track should never get twisted. Turn it round towards that other peak when I've just. It's going to look really cool. bottom of there. Should be a snapping 5. 5 is side. I'll rotate it. Oh, there we go. That's the top. First curve. Curve back round underneath itself here. Back round into... I'm basically trying to keep it in mounting for as long as I can. Grouping. No, it's not. Easy to snap. No, I'm not going to send a boat down it either. Have a little bit more of a dip. Get rid of this crap under here and close those loxies. Is the land just again? Oh. Turn that round while it's pitching downwards. Ah, that's the problem. When you get one wrong, there's a lot to get rid of. I dread to think how many elements this is going to have. Can't go upwards on these either. It has to have a general downward trend. Downward trend. A cherry in there somewhere. It's a flopping. Right, we've ended up a little bit askew there. Brighten that again. Again. Yeah. Right, that's now level again. I think it's actually level that way as well, because I might need to just flip. See how it's rotated, look. The problem, if you accidentally rotate it, I think it was alright back to there. When I put the rotation on it by mistake. Let's check that's not right. It started to down twist by then, look. Right, let's get rid of the twist there. Yeah, it started to twist here. It's when I did this bend, I must have had a kink on it. Back to there. I know it was right there. Must not twist at the same time as I'm dropping. And it's lost my building pipette. Where the hell did my building pipette go? You just plop one of them down there. Up slightly. Level. Check that. Realised I didn't check the rotation of that. Yeah, it's okay. Trials and tribulations of building roller coasters in a game that's not built to build roller coasters in. I mean, the other thing I could also do is just let it ride, because I can always just add another roll on top. Could always just add an extra roll on top of it. That's what I need to do anyway. Round in two. If you notice, it's crooking outwards, look, it's bending outwards. I'm turning it, it's losing. What I could do with doing really is rotating it, snapping it to the next one down. Like that. Same again there. Gives. I like that. I like that. That is really cool. Yeah, so just let it carry itself naturally how it wants to go. That is getting a bit steep now. But so that I can now snap to that one. We're doing it. Level it out, look. Why didn't I think of that earlier? It doesn't want to pitch up too much because they don't. With 5. One that's 5. There we go. Right. On to 5. Back to 5. Turn it round that mountain quite tightly. Again. Can't go up. Can't go up. We've got snap 5, or is it move position? It is move position. Nope, they've all swapped round. So rotate that through. These all moved again. They're all on this side. Oh, there we go, 5. Make sure it doesn't tip upwards. We're actually getting it level again. Banking. We banked nicely. You see how it's diving again? Problem. It's stopping it diving. Oh, that happens. Still diving. Bad. I'll start correct. Please. Clear all the plane. Don't want winter biome. And up. And again turning. Pick it up and the turn. That's stayed totally within the wintry biome. Um, I will build a bobsled that goes down it, but unfortunately, because it's going to be a roller coaster, we'll build a bobsled that goes down it, but unfortunately, it won't be able to slide down it because physics of Valheim. Fairly long straight running. Making a little tiny bit. Guys, because land that's clear. The idea of it is back round again into cut. Try and cut through there. What even is the point? Well, I know. Wait till you see it finished. Well, I don't run. Don't look like a sort of person who runs. Come on. I need to do up here. Need a workbench. Mm. The idea is I'm going to go through this here. Cut. Gully. Should be running fairly level. It is. So, cut the mountain. Level 2. That should beautifully. Oh. Edge. That probably needs to go down a little more, actually. Love our trees drop. Make sure me stuff stays snowing. If you notice now, by the way, snow's now disappearing off the wood. Right here, look, it's because it's not in plains. There we go, it's still got snow on it, look. The idea of this is I want it to be quite tight. Don't just think this is going to be the only coaster either. Quite tight into this gully. Oh, not really. Go. Back to 5 if it's going to let me have it again. I'm not going to kill any of the creatures in there. I'm going to keep the little shits awake with a roller coaster running over their head. I think that needs to go the other way now. Into start turning it that way. Same time. On. So, same time I need to go to snap number 7. Up. Let's just dodge that. Snap number 5 again. I have to lower that a little bit, let them underneath it. Lower that land a little bit, or not. Let the little picks suffer. Don't want to remove them plains rocks. Leave those there. Right, that is actually looking really cool as you look up there. Give them these rocks now. Get close to those rocks. Nearly level. You can start to hip the ramp back round as well. The pitch. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start pitching round the other way. Quite a steep turn. It's like a flip over. Oh, Bray, yeah, cool for that. Thank you for that, goat. I'm a bit concentrating intently, as you've probably noticed. Turn this into quite a steep turn. Go up, round 3. Up, round 3. Up. 3 now. I'm going to need to put another liner on top of there. 3. Probably seen what I'm trying to achieve, haven't you? Trying to build an helix. Helix going. Probably rocking outwards it is. Don't worry, I can always go back later. The top of the banking on. Well, that has got a really good helix. Look at that. That's looking great. Straighten that helix pretty. Get lit. Lane's bushes darting through that either. Turn it down towards the rest of the park. I just need to turn that to point the general direction of where Boat Go We used to be. That. Final little drop. Time hill. Final turn. Out on. Bit of an excitement turn, the last one. Nearly level. Yep, that's nearly level. That. And good. You much bring it back in straight. Five. Snap 5 I need. Straighten that up now. Running. Pretty flat and level as me as well. It's coming pretty good. But was we? Yeah. So that's the basics of it. So there will be some more pieces on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around it all. Possibly Arta stream, because there is a lot of it to go through. I didn't realise how long it is, actually. And the top as well. So the top, totally the wrong way. That should point way over there. Pretty much through another helix. Not dipping too much. Need to. It's what? Put a lift hill on it. One more and up. Oh, up. Not to worry about the angle it's going at, because I can just put on. Up. Up. That gives me a nice starting hill. It'd be really nice if I could get the lift hill, go through that gap there. The angle right is the difficult one here. This is not an easy coaster to build. I think that one. Right one. One more. Bit level though. That appears to be a little too far. That last one off. Put one less angle of pitch on. One less angle of pitch on it. There. Straight through that. So lift hill starts flat. So I need to be absolutely level with the lift hill start. That's not too bad actually, that. The lift hill I'm going to base on logs again. Right. Go out here and build with logs. Create a log. Five, 6. I think 6 wide. With those. The rails. That. Right, copy that. Lock it on belly. That's rotating, isn't it? As it's that rotating. Gone off there. Try again. That works. The way it's spinning up, I don't know. Really weird. Try it with these instead. Actually, I could just do those. They already come with rails. The bars on his rail. So let's see if that fits on it. Like that. So let's put this that level. Level to me. A half piece of that. Do that. eat them. Like that. That right position. Not quite. Well, not just steeper. Oh. That doesn't look level to me. Let me try this. Like it's twisted off to one side. It is. Look, it's twisted. Let me pet one of those. Straighten up what's already there. That should be straighter. So that looks straight to me now. I don't think it were bad. Oh, what a time for that to bloody break. Where'd I put me? Yeah. I'm gonna just breaks just I'm building a lift hill. So you see how it's kicking off to the side, look. It was twisted. Yeah, look at difference. Already. The idea would be that drop into there. Go. Nope, that's deep. So we should be able to carry this on. We have a bloody long lift hill. That should go nicely and hit the fucking track. Huh. I think I should. Yeah. Right. So try one more deeper because it will make a big difference. That is still needs one steeper. Head chopper. However, done it. Now the thing is with this lifter, I can level it out if I want to. Go through the village, so I can do like a tour of this fooling village. Level it out now. Ah. Level, or is that down? That's kicking down. Level. What I'll do, I'll go above it. Too close to those crops that for comfort. Start turning. Let's have a little stop. Are you sure the foolings will like that? Well, since they're non, what they call it, they'll not do a thing. Foolings won't harm a thing. So that should be able to now keep a fairly consistent angle of dangle. That's a lift hill. I'm not happy with that lift hill, it looks crooked. Off to the right. It's there, look, it looks twisted. Twisted. Grim. Another one as well I need to get rid of. Get berserkers. I'll get rid of berserkers. See, that one's alright. Ah, do not build in Pipette. Pipetted the entire coaster. The little green guys for the annoying. Yeah, they are a bit, aren't they? Yeah, look, it's twisted. Right, let me do a fresh build of that. Don't think I'll be able to fix that. That's twisted the wrong way. If you look, the entire lift hill kicks off to one side, then it kicks the other way. I'm going to start this from scratch because it's not working. Alright, but it may be frustrating, but it's even more frustrating for me because it looks shit. I've just pipetted and broken a wrong piece. Minutes. Oh, we're really good where we live. We've got lots of convenience stuff. No, do not pipette the bloody ride. Pipette that. Well, that's the way I can do it, you see. I can just like basically pick up an adjacent piece and just make it look right. Like that there, look. Right. How you do the overbanks. Right, start this bloody lift hill again. I'm going to reduce the number of snap angles that I build on. Snap angle. Nice thing is with that, look. Not going to go too close, but look, it's actually putting me a indicator there where it is. A bit of that stuff back. Oh, you fucker. By mistake. I'm going to have to restore some of that then. Probably better just to pet the piece again. Rid of the original. Make it down to a flat. I'll do is I'll leave that in. Allow me to angle it right. If I can usually. what I said about leaving that in luck. Let me see if there's any angle or pitch on it. There is. Let's make it better. Right, lift hill again. Snap. Reduce the snap numbers. Oh, everybody's gone. Quiet. I think Vic snuck off while I was concentrating. So that is now. Snapping to correct piece. You're still a bit scatterbrained. Ooh. Yeah, I know that one. Alright, building pipette again. This time I've not got as many snapping balls. Add one more. So yeah, if I do that many snapping angles, look. It's not as easy. Get it a mess up. That is pointing quite nicely. The village. No, sorry, I was just saying because everybody's buggered off. I'm quiet all at once. Oh yeah, I am still up for Barotrauma over Christmas if you are. Still totally up for it. If you want to be my captain again. But I don't know who we'd get to play it with us. That actually has gone better this time. Got better positioning and everything. More natural. That should just... Well, just some random one-shot missions. I mean, campaign takes a long time, doesn't it, to finish? Got colour changes when it enters planes. Well, it don't work like that way. It's not a server with Barotrauma. You basically you start the server. You start the game. But yeah, if you want to put a call out for Barotrauma, I'd be sold for a campaign. Who were they last time? Oh, Mr. Satan were they? Yeah. Vic will tell you exactly what were. I remember I had a husk infection for a while. I was a husk. I'm going to increase the number now. Yeah, do you think Mr. Satan would still be up for it, or is he, say, possibly the other way? For those are jumping. There they are, look. there's a wrong snap position. Picking up on. Need to do it from the same one every time. Let me just check it's not hopped anywhere else. Hop. Not hopped anywhere. Yeah, that'd be cool. As I say, I would be totally up for a little stint on Barotrauma. After all, it is one of the starting games out on streaming. The original hill that's crap. But what I'm thinking is, perhaps turn it down to the start of the ride. Once it's gone through the village. Turn it back down again. Yeah, they don't tend to have very steep lift hills, these things, by the way. These like alpine bobs. Alright. I'm thinking there'll probably be a path along here somewhere. I need to create enough headroom for a path. Oh, I've just levelled up. Crafting 61. That were great. How much have I crafted? And I've just got 61. But will this aim nicely at the far bank there? That would be pretty good if I could put this station on there. Oh. Like Matterhorn, innit? There we go. So I think that has pretty much decided me where the station is going to be. Have a tight turn now. Comes in nicely over these streams as well. We don't have the achievement for the final boss, but you know, that's the problem. I don't know, and I don't think I saved any of my Barotrauma streams. That is going to take me nicely. So now is pick up that again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build in protect from here because I've now got the right angle. Put that piece back in with my building pipette then. Building pipette that. Not there. I suppose the boat go wee has served a purpose because it gave me the idea to do this thing. For the Alpine Bob. They are roughly pointing it out. Go. Let's building pipette that again. Bring it in. Go up a bit. That angle. That is the only problem. I need to build in pipette the original. Cooler runnings. It is pretty cool. It's bloody unique. He said it's a very unique thing. Building pipette the original. Big. Also, a hell of a lot of things in it, pieces in it. Up to number 4. I'm aiming at the middle there. A bit higher than that. Get rid of. Start a bit further back. Start from a bit further back and then it gives me a better target. Alright, apart from its slope to it. So that is looking about right. Should go over. The idea is that the track rises the guide rail. Like that. Start leveling off about there. Good. total exception beautifully. So the idea is now that on 2 guide rails. Start the guide rails back here. They will be... That's my starter for my guide rails. Basically, it picks the car up wherever it is, guides it in final destination. Like that. It narrows down as it goes further along. Like that. That's the start. Here. So, supports are going to be very difficult on this one. I'm thinking just a simple H-frame built of wood. Like that. So let me build it on a smaller index. With the full width. I build it like that. Paste that. That work. Gives me a top snap point, but does it work alright with that? Go on one of them. One way to find out. Hide. Okay. Stack them like that. Hello, dude. It has been a while. What? Any pantaloons? Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen you. Would you fancy joining us in Barotrauma, Curtis? On the run up to Crimble. Perhaps over Christmas week. They're all doing pretty well so far. None of them's come through. It's light there. Light there. You've played Barotrauma before, but good there. Right. He's got a horn. That's all right. That one's a bit too much. But I'll do something with that one. That one is on. I'll relocate it. Because I've gone far along. Yeah. Yeah, just lurk if you wish. I say it's his courtesy clock nearly. I did it. I wasn't surprised when you popped in. Nice to see your photo in the Discord though. Earlier today, or wait, yesterday. You joining me? The old leathers today. I went all early actually. I'll share some photos later. I've not had a chance to edit them up yet. Oops. Some of these are a bit not quite touching. I'd rather have them not quite touching than thrusting through. Missed this thrusting. One thing, it should get a bit easier to do this as it gets further down. It were. Oh. Put that in the same place twice, haven't I? Further around like that. There we go. This is heavily it's modded. I'm running quite a few mods that allow me to do. Well, it's mostly building based mods. It's a vanilla server. It basically means I can build theme park rides without too much grief. That's what this is. This is going to be a bobsled ride. So I'm building Wayne's World theme park. That is. Oh, that's actually perfect. Right, it really does skim that rock just very nicely. Welcome in. Yeah. It's not. Well, it's not that there's no gravity. It's that all the pieces have a damage resistance of 1 million or whatever, or 10 million. Basically means that things don't collapse. That one is going to need a bottom piece on. The others are all okay. But what I'll do is when I go and do the final dress up, any that aren't quite touching, I'll dress them. That should be okay, yeah. I'm defying gravity. I have actually been and seen the second movie, by the way, if you're interested. It's very good. But you do have to suffer Ariana Grande a bit. Need to say the site. What is this new gravity? Actually, if I was saying it in a proper Yorkshire accent, I'd go, "What's this? What's new gravity?" Not a Sean Bean Yorkshire accent. Sean Bean's not from not that far away from where I was born, actually. Yes, they're very good goats. Very good, very worth seeing. So that's got some basic supports on it now. Obviously not done any sort of supports for the start, so that's the brake run. Here's the station. The lift hill. Load. Mountains, and then basically you ride this. I can now put some of these trees back. Essentially the bit up here, apart from doing some stuff. Complete. I can stick some trees back here and wrap it in trees a little more. Bloody big, these trees. You notice though, this little one here has not got any, because it's sheltered, it's not got any greenery on it. Oh, what? You've been going through your old DVDs? That is dating you. We're going through DVDs. They should still have... Notice there is a bit of grass there, so I need to mossy paving underneath there. Or patchy grass. Get rid of the grass under there. We will put some trees quite close up to the edge. Pipette those. I don't think we can put anything really big there because it's overlapping. Probably a tree. Yeah. By the time it gets to there, look. Tree goes blue, tree goes green, tree goes right. Remember my stuff again that I've just broke. Oh, this big space here where I can put in. On. Little ones here as we go down towards. Oh, a nice mountainous. Let's just make sure we're not putting that underneath. Look at that, that's cool. Where it actually knows that there's nothing about that there's shelter. Oh, look at a little tree there. A tiny one there. More of those. I think that is called the little tree. Small fir tree, yeah. That's the ride. Brake run. Okay. Or the slow down run, should I say. So we need a cabin here, which means that that path takes you perfectly to it. Absolutely. Totally as intended. It's a shame that it doesn't load in quite as far away. You'll get a good view. Still get a decent view of it, look. That was the idea, though. I wanted to try and spread this one out a bit more, because if you remember, the problem I had with Jonathan's was that we're getting too many instances. We're basically grinding to a halt. Even now here, let's look. $10, $11. We're keeping it below 10,000 instances in a lot of places. I went Ferris wheel loads. I know it'll be a bit bigger. There we go, look. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20,000 instances. $22,356 instances. So that's a bit of that roller coaster, most of that roller coaster, the Ferris wheel, that, and quite a lot of the new coaster. Did you see the haunted house when I finished it as well? Looking said the So Long house. Skulls on front. Although why that grass keeps coming through there, I don't know. Thought I'd planted that with mossy. A mossy paving is not as nice as you'd think it'd be. You think, oh, it sounds really nice, that, but it's not. You know, it's all right as like a surrounding like that, but it's not. Here for stuff like that. If I had done all paths like that, that would have been 20,000 instances. That's the Great Spirit Way. That's the lovely bridge that I built. The arcing bridge. Look at that. Ferris wheel. We mustn't forget the pirate ship when it loads. Ship loads, there we go. Real working ship. Way. That thing, which I've still not discovered the name of. Of course, the wooden coaster. So we are now getting a really good complement of rides. Needs a few more flat rides and probably another couple of coasters, I think. Wooden coaster there. Now called Wayne's World. Yeah. Poor Wayne. Yeah, that's tier. So I'm still looking for names for rides. Now, Goat's already suggested that this one can be cooler runnings. Now, the thing is, it's an icy ride, so Frigga is goddess of ice, ain't she? So let's start building a station. Think about a name. For a station, they're going to be quite narrow bobs, these. quite narrow bobs. So what I'm thinking for the station is use Grouston. Create my spacing because I need spacing to the track. Pop some Grouston up there to support the track. So we could actually have the station. That's where the straight finishes. Station could be the full length of that. We'll work on the station being that big. Go for quite a big station. Well, that's the base size of the station. Should I have an exit platform? I think we'll come in one side and go out the other. Or we'll have two platforms, so we'll have a exit and an entry platform. That works quite nicely. I will need is there, that gap in. There. That's feed out of the station. Have go for an extra bit of width. The exit. You're gonna put your arms out. The exit. That size. That's the exit hole. Ooh, missed this. Same on that side. We'll have an entry hole. Ooh, miss this. Bog off, Death Skeeter. Yo, nobody likes you. You're about as unpopular as a neck in the meadows. Three, 4, 5. So that gives me a nice offset pattern. I could do that. Then another. Go. But go away, you big, stupid, gormless beasts. Do that pattern, which doesn't quite balance there. Well, it does balance, but it doesn't balance there. I'd have to shorten that. Same on the two corners. Oop. Oop. 3 of them. You can go as well, little fooling. Go, definitely go. And you can definitely go as well. Obs. That were, I think it were Leech. That would give me station platform like that. Which, this only works. What I could do is build a patio. Houston. Last area of the queue line. Have it all Grouston. Having it all Grouston, I might as well do that. I did not know that was there. Eternal Sunshine was a movie, I think. There was a movie called Sunshine. Let me get rid of the grass, so let's go for patchy grass. Put that under there while still grass. Not making it look like you've got horrible. That's patchy grass. So let's put same pattern there. It gives us a corner piece. Thinking this might take on a different pattern. I think that might be a bit much. Try 2. 2. Three. That's the one. Put a corner on there like that. I will go and tidy up the corners, so don't worry. That would give me that. Added to that would give me a single door. I did that. Give me a double door. The ability to roast one with that. The ability to do that was. Now the only thing with that is it breaks from the alpine look. I know it's not technically alpine. What I'm thinking is perhaps. Hello, Bourbon. Nice to see you. I've been building another roller coaster, in case you're wondering. I work with that. So the one that does work with it, the thing is the wood doesn't quite match that. Quite match that wood. I work based on that being the height of the building. And that will probably copy the same pattern again. Go for that. 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 Now we get to the main middle section, so we'll go for that. That takes it to the correct position. Both that and that could be. Oh, that could be the exit. Exit would work. Gives me a nicely balanced building. on the outside of that, I'm going to do my usual trick. Pop a door in. Over to that one. But do a few rotations actually. I don't know if any of these is actually a good one. No, I need one more than that. That one. I put all the doors in each of those first. Production line style. Production line. Like that. That. And then right where it's a little bit brighter. Swamps are so dreary. Are you streaking again, Bobbin? Are you being a streaker? A nasty streaker? Those. Continue those down to ground level. So they'll go through the Austin. Like that. Like that, and I've just blown up my bloody Grouston. I wonder what Grouston's actually meant to be. So that's the basics of a look of the side. Same with this side. The other doors. Pop those back in. That one, did I? Then sit there. So yeah, that's probably going to lead up to there and become a path. Those who are wondering, it's another roller. Oh, look at that for a view. A good view actually. Inversion on that one. Full view that. Still not as good as my inline twist. I can't believe how good my inline twist. I'd ride that coaster all day. They're going to need standardising. However, roof will pitch off the inner again. Put those along the top of the inner. Just set a proper corner. Proper corner. Out. Taught me something. If I just put it on top of the door there, I'll naturally create the in. And start. Ooh, I ought to do Swiss style, didn't I? And have it steep at one side and shallow at other bracket. Unless I have a half position, can't do that. Oh, I need a offset. An overhang. All right, at that. And what I could do. That's what I mean to go. Start with one of those. That side. Should give me a really funky looking roof. Need another one of those. Those. That topper. Now the only bit you get is, of course, get that weirdness going on. The only way you can get away with that weirdness is to do this. Fortunately, it means you then have that on the inside. However, if I'm planning on doing the same at the other side, not quite as bad. Mid, where's the middle? Where's the middle? I think it's going to have a ridge tile. End up with a ridge tile. Let me just check that. With that. Yep, ridge tile, look. We'll allow that then. That's going to look. Anyway, I think call it a night. That's it. Deleted, that can be deleted. I actually put a chimney up there. Call it a night, and I won't be around on Tuesday. Won't be here Tuesday. We will be, it will be next weekend when you see me next. It is nearly 9 o'clock. It will be next weekend when you see me next, because it's party week. Christmas party week this week. Well, there's a lot going on. Thank you for watching. I hope you all have a very good week. See you